I'm dreaming of a green Christmas where that Bitcoin goes to the moon. Yo, crypto nation and mining family, what is going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, all you happy hashers? Yo, we got Jason sliding in here with all those heifers. Got Crypto Craig, yo, after the A Monday. Oh, yeah, gotta bring that Monday energy. Because, it's what you gotta do. You gotta get through it, What is going on, everybody here? Hope everybody's having a wonderful Monday. I mean, for me, it's almost 420.
Smoke weed every day.
Yo! What is going on, everybody? So, yeah, we will never. I swear, we're never gonna see a green fucking Christmas, guys. I absolutely swear to God. It's like Bitcoin starts trending up, and it's just like slap. Nope, go back down. Back down you go down. It's like we held out for a little while here. It's not what I was wanting to pull up right off the bat. Yes, this is it. Here we go. And I should have had this opened already, but I didn't, so whatever. So as we can see here, guys, check that out. We are still in oversold territory. We peekabooed into like what I would consider a healthy market territory. We're at the bottom of the channel. And it looked like the MA moving average ribbon tightened up and knocked us down on the downside. But we were trending up for, good God, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we had a 15-day trend going upward, and then it rolled over. And not just rolled over, it rolled over hard. I'm not sure if we're going to put in another all-time low off of this, guys. We're, the low for this market cycle, I should say, was at 15,492. I'm not sure if we're going to pinch all the way back. I think we're going to trend down a little bit like this and trade out a little sideways from here up until the end of the year. There are reasons that I'm actually kind of bringing it up like this. Guys know that usually on a Wednesday is whenever I break out the charts. But this kind of goes in with the rest of the discussions that I'm going to be having for today. It's like Kitty is trying to break free behind you. Oh, he's looking out the window. He wouldn't go outside. I can open up the door and he would just look at me and be like, yeah, and but it's like you guys know that I usually don't pull out charts until Wednesday, whenever I kind of go over market sentiments, kind of understanding where market momentum is actually going. But for right now, this kind of goes in with specifically with the Bitcoin market, and you could sit there and see it even a little bit into the Litecoin market too, guys. You come over here, we've had this a same steady little rise in Litecoin, and it held the EA, the moving average tightened up and it dropped. Basically, what we're seeing here is kind of a self-inflicted wound, I would almost sit there and say. Through this bear market cycle, there has been a lot of Bitcoin sold. Why has there been a lot of Bitcoin sold? because a lot of these companies have basically overextended themselves through this last bull run, taking on unnecessary debt for no reason. It's like all this means is time to stack more crypto. You can sit there and say that because I mean this is, by definition, the dip. It just dipped. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of confirmation of downward cycle. At some point, it's going to cool off. Okay. I'm not sure how long it will be for it to really hit that cool down cycle. And a lot of this is, just self-inflicted wounds off of this. Here's FTX drop. Market's trying to recover from that. Starts popping up. Miners, the big mining facilities, have a huge amount of downward pressure. And what do I mean by this? Here is a company right now with Adam Beck, who I'm not sure if he still does stuff for Bitcoin, but he was a contributor for Bitcoin. Blockstream raises funds for mining expansion at 70% lower company valuation. So basically, the company evaluation is a lot lower due to the market dropping. So any company that is specifically crypto focused is going to take a negative hit from this. So here it is, Blockstream, which you can get Blockstream satellites. There is an actual Bitcoin satellite that Blockstream did launch up there. And you can either get Blockstream satellite dishes to connect in with it, or you can make your own. It is all open sourced. And, you can run it with basically with a Raspberry Pi as the controller. But it's like there's a little bit more nuance behind it, but it is open sourced, which is really nice. And for what they're selling their kit for versus what you can buy them at, you're really, when you do the math on it, you'll see that there's not that much of a markup on what the kit that they're selling. But here it is, Adam Beck, fresh funding would be invested into expanding the firm's mining capacity, which they're trying to expand during a bear market. This is the perfect time. People are like, oh, this is the worst time. No. This is the perfect time to be sitting here and trying to expand. When you're trying to do it lean and mean, that's the way to do it. So the depths of the bear market, not being the first time that they've raised funds, Blockstream is on track and doing what they always tend to do. They maximize on the down market because they know that right now, if they can get capital in, they can get the hardware that they need to keep themselves more competitive at a much cheaper price. So right now, as bad as it seems, your dollars go further, right? So you can, in essence, buy more equipment, but it's like, I think a lot of the drop at this point in the month is due to people's tax loss harvesting. Hopefully we see a good pump when they buy back. That too. I think that, it's like, I don't know how much, because most of this year has been losses. So I don't know how much people are going to be trying to go after lost harvesting at this point. I agree with you, but I don't know to what percentage of the market really is that. When you can sit there and see that there are big mining facilities, and I'll get into it just a second here, that are having issues. So Blockstream being one of the better builders in this space, understanding market cycles and understanding to not take debt during a bull run, because bull runs don't last long enough for you to pay back the loan. So you take a loan out during a bull run, you are screwed. You're overpaying for everything you're doing is you're paying way too much for everything. Time to build like that is during a bear market. During a bull run, you just mine like hell, leave it alone, you're sustaining everything. Bear market comes in, you look for facilities that are not efficient enough, that are liquidating their stuff, and you buy it pennies of the dollar, right? That's the intelligent way of doing things. So I mean that's just how I look at it from a business standpoint. Other people might not. But so Blockstream was evaluated at 3.2 billion when it held its last Series B funding round and raised about $210 million. That was in August of 2021. Now they've fallen almost 70% to below 1 billion, according to the report. The company, founded in 2014, has raised 299 million in funding round 4, according to Crunchbase. Blockstream's CEO and cryptographer Adam Beck did not share details of the latest fund round, but did reveal that the capital will be invested into expanding the firm's mining capacity. What he had said was, we are rapidly sold out of capacity and have a big backlog of existing customers, with miners seeking large-scale hosting with them, which that's awesome. The firm works with Jack Dorsey, formerly Square, to develop a solar-powered Bitcoin mining facility, which they'll find out that that's a pipe dream, that it takes a lot of land to do that, and batteries and yada yada yada. They'll find out that economic venture is not a good one. The mining farm will have 3.8 megawatts of electricity capacity, used Tesla solar technology, and its lithium ion 12 megawatt hour mega packs, as it's reported by Cointelegraph in April. Adam Back acknowledged that the Bitcoin price has definitely plummeted. Mining profitability are down. Host rates have risen over the last quarters, and their mining services have rapidly expanded. High margin enterprise businesses for them. Bitcoin miners are suffering a triple whammy of high hash rate and difficulty, and high energy price and low Bitcoin price. According to the hash rate index, hash prices have fallen to a near record low to about 6.4 terahash, 6.4 cents, 0.064 cents. Sorry about that. So 6.5 cents per terahash per day, impacting miner profitability. In the monthly newsletter, this was with the Blockstream, had revealed all of this stuff. And so interesting stuff with that. And to kind of go along with that, to kind of go into the back end of that, the data is showing that the Bitcoin mining bear market has a ways to go, guys. What's up, Gandhi? What up, what up? In the 22 bear market, this bear market that we're dealing with right now, mining is more extreme ways than previous downturns, especially since I survived through the 2018 bear market, but at least there was a point where people turned their rigs off. There was that point where you went and then whoop, because people were getting out of the market. This time through the market, it's like we're still seeing the little trickle of coin. We're seeing it still like there is a tremendous amount of hash rate still left on a lot of these. And that with GPU markets, everything. It's like everybody has been told in the last the couple of bear markets, you mine through the bear market no matter what, you do better on the other side. Well, here it is. Now you got all these noobs going, okay, I'm mining during the bear market. This still sucks. When does it get better? And nobody wants to sit there. It's like, it's not going to get better until you people start turning off your rigs that are unprofitable. I'm sorry. That's just the bottom line. At some point in time, people, if the market wants to see a resemblance of profitability, it needs to muscle out the miners that are inefficient. All these inefficient miners that are mining at 20 cents per kilowatt hour, 15 cents per kilowatt hour, 12 cents per kilowatt hour. Those people still have not turned their rigs off because, they're quote unquote going to mine through the bear market because that's what everybody told them. And because that's what everybody told them, it's not going to happen this round because there was a lot of hash rate that got displaced. A lot of hash rate. And we're not even taking in all the ASICs that are sitting on the sideline now. That could be on Ethereum Classic, can be on any of those Ethash style coins. I know there's people mining at 36 cents in Crapofornia. And I know one of those people that actually mines out there because they were like, yeah, it's like, I'm just gonna mine through the bear market. It is what it is. I can pay my bills. And it's like, so if you are not profitable until there's a bull run, oh yeah, I'm cool with that. It's not it because of that mindset. This bear market's gonna have a longer way to go because you're having facilities that are set up to be nothing but mining, and with all the hobbyist mining that's being done in the background, that are people who should at some point consider, hey, my electric bill, I can sit there and stop paying, turn the rigs off so I don't have the electric bill, take that same amount of money and I'll get more Bitcoin with that than I would be mining with it. It's like that I think that disconnect in this bull market, bear market cycle has like completely broken there. Oh yeah, and there's a lot of people like yourself, Crypto Craig, that is just sitting on the backside going, I did turn my stuff off because I did the math. It made more sense to sit there and take the electric bill that I was paying and buy Bitcoin. And until we see that, that's a healthy market cycle. It goes better for mining over here for a little bit of a cycle, and then it goes better for consuming on, the market has to be able to correct itself to find an equilibrium. And there's just a lot of factors there's a lot of hardware sitting off to the side. As soon as there's a pinch of profitability, a bunch of hardware turns on for a moment. And I think at some point, a lot of that hardware needs to get sold off into the secondhand market, as a natural way of things. As one miner comes to an end, it will help out other miners in the long run, unfortunately. And those same people shouldn't be getting out of, I don't say get out of crypto if all you start buying the Bitcoin instead, and it's like, and if you're, sitting in an area where you're 20 cents a kilowatt hour, you shouldn't, this isn't financial advice. You guys do you. But if I was at 20 cents a kilowatt hour, I'd be turning my stuff off. Where I'm sitting at power-wise, I'm doing okay. I'm okay. The power bill is not killing me. I can sit there and I have enough to be able to help offset some of my my rent. So I'm nowhere near profitable at all. If I was at home and I was running all this gear, no, I still probably wouldn't be profitable because my electric rate out here is a lot higher. So I'm stuck in the same position you guys are. Now I've got a rent bill on top of it all off. So I'm not sitting here telling you guys, oh, turn your rigs off. It's like I would rather see you guys sit there and send your rigs over to the facility, because that helps me out and it'll help you guys out too. I'm just saying, because like you won't be able to really beat my power rate that I would offer you guys. Just saying. Just saying. But it's like we are seeing a lot of the facilities that have taken out loans during the bull market that are now starting to get muscled out. And to sit there and talk about one of them, Argo blockchain reports insufficient funds, no assurance that it can avoid a Chapter 11 bankruptcy, guys. Boom. We have the dominoes starting to fall now. I was waiting for this moment. This is the moment where you say, I think we're almost there, guys. I see light at the end of the tunnel. Potentially. Like, besides, yields are almost the same as when China tried to ban Bitcoin mining. Oh, yeah, that's true, Kyle. That is true, Kyle Rosa. What up, Yellow? What up? But yeah, I mean, Argo blockchain has led its suspicions from trading on the London Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ back on the 9th. The crypto mining firm Argo has been negotiating to sell its assets and trying to engage in an equipment financing transaction. Basically, what they're trying to do is they're trying to put their equipment that they have up for collateralized for a loan. And it doesn't look like that's helping that anybody wants to deal with it, because the prices that they are willing to probably do a structured loan with that as a collateralized asset for is a lot less than what they're trying to say that it's worth. So if these people bought this stuff and let's say they're at $5,000 a piece, well, now I can find them for like $2,000 a piece. So the collateralized loan is coming in at a lot lower of an evaluation than probably what they are looking for that would get them out of hock. Basically, we are seeing how these companies have been operating. You guys remember I keep talking about, if you're going to have a company, you have to have a fucking war chest. Because like when you go through a market like this, you are going to war with the market. And you're just going to have to figure out how to get this how to do what you need to do, right? So, I mean, you're going to see a lot more companies, especially that are publicly traded, because once a company goes publicly traded, unfortunately, they start answering to stock shareholders and try to give them all the, hey, we're going to make sure you're profitable at all times. And it's not feasible. You cannot state that in crypto. There's going to be times where you're not going to make any money. You're actually going to lose money. That's the ebb and flow of the company. But that's not what they can. It would be harder for them to be part of the stock exchange if their prices were violently swinging around with the market. Because it's a company, they've got to be. Most companies that are on the stock market, they want to see them more stable. Unstable markets will cause panics and crashes, and can bankrupt the company very easily. So. Most stock exchanges try to stay away from it. So here it is. We have companies that have been taking out loan after loan after loan after loan, drinking that bull run Kool-Aid. And now it imploded. They're still paying. Now they're paying higher interest rate loans on equipment that they didn't get a lot of. So, I mean, like, once we hit a point where a lot of these companies start going belly up, I think we're going to start seeing a little bit of stability in the price range. I think what we're seeing right now is a lot of these companies saw the price of Bitcoin shoot up. They've been putting off their bills for a little while. They just liquidated a whole bunch of coin to try to stay afloat, and they're scraping the bottom of their war chest right now. So now they're looking at getting some liquidity pumped back into the company. I don't know how much it's going to really help them out. They were, their stock has been dropping very fast, and they were already talking about doing Chapter 11 bankruptcy, which is a restructuring settlement for a company. So, yeah, we'll see how this is really going to go. Argo is reported selling some of its mined Bitcoin to pay down a loan from Galaxy Digital. So, I mean, they already owe money to other places, and most Bitcoin companies cannot get loans directly from a bank. They have to get it from another firm. So maybe a Galaxy Digital would be willing to restructure another loan with them. We'll see. But Argo is reportedly to hold 126 Bitcoin. Whenever they were doing the pricing, it was at 17,000. So they were doing okay, but 126 Bitcoin. It sounds like a lot to me and you guys. But when you're dealing with a business as big as Argo blockchain, you can burn through 126 Bitcoin very quickly. That won't even get them through the most of next year, especially with all the machines being on. And the price, this all depends on the price of their electricity. Now, if they're one of the people that are dealing with higher electricity rates, this is another thing that's factoring in on what's killing them. They've got to be below 6.5 cents per kilowatt hour in order to be profitable right now. Anything above that, they're screwed. So if they're sitting at 7 cents a kilowatt hour, they're done. Done. And that has been something that I have seen with some of these facilities that have been quietly going bankrupt. Now, these are just some of the big ones. I've been eyeballing out some smaller facilities that have been liquidating everything. They've almost got no equipment left. They're just hanging on by a thread. So this is that point where I was hoping we were going to be about 2 months ago with the whole mining sector, with people just kind of looking at bankruptcy or liquidation. That's when you're at the bottom of the bear market for mining. We need to get past this point. I hate to see miners go out of business, but whenever they go and build during a bull market, they've got to build like it's a bear market. So minimalistic, only and I get it that there's expectations. If you're going to get a specific loan, people want to see the hardware deployed, all this stuff, but then it's like, nobody wants to give you any loans during a bear market because they're like, well, it's crashing. It can go down lower. And it's like, yes, it can. This is a perfect time to buy. This is a perfect time to get involved with the Family Mine LLC as an investor. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there to the universe. So they're at on the brink, it looks like. So it depends on how much Bitcoin they burn through in a month. If they're burning 25 Bitcoin a month, they're on a ticking time bomb right now. To be able to sell while being in good declaring bankruptcy while still being in somewhat good standings. We'll see how they go with that, right? Another one. NASDAQ warns Bitcoin mining firm Bitfarms about share price deficiency. So this is another one that's going to probably we'll be hearing about them. This is a Canadian Bitcoin mining farm that is listed on the NASDAQ. Due to the ongoing crypto winter, Bitfarms received a warning notification from the NASDAQ on the 13th because of the company's share price has stayed below $1 for 30 consecutive working days. Announcing the news on December 14th, Bitfarms said that it has an initial period of 180 calendar days to regain compliance with the requirements from the NASDAQ. In order to regain compliance with the Bitfarms shares should close at $1 per share for a minimum period of 10 consecutive days, anytime before June 12th, 2023. In such an event, the NASDAQ staff will provide written notifications to Bitfarm that it has achieved its compliance, the announcement notes. The 180-day period is not the final limit. However, Bitfarms noted that it will have a chance to extend its compliance period further, even after June 12th. If the company does not regain with the compliance rule, blah, 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 the company will be eligible for an additional 180-day calendar compliance period. The company stressed that the NASDAQ letter is only a notification and has no immediate effect on the listing or trading, as the Bitfarms share BitF will continue to trade on the exchange. In case the Bitfarms eventually fails to meet its compliance with the NASDAQ listing requirements for the primary equity securities, the firm can potentially face delisting, a spokesman for Bitfarms told Cointelegraph. The representative stressed that Bitfarms has a number of remediaries at its disposals for its shares. The company has exposed optimism about the future of crypto despite the ongoing market instability event like the collapse of FTX and others, where a lot of liquidity got pulled out of the crypto market itself. This period is really about the separating off from the rest. The company's representative said that Bitfarms is seeing some benefits during a very unfortunate period for many. They remain bullish and are very excited about the company's outlook. At least they're not talking about Chapter 11 filings as of yet. That means that they're still profitable. It's just that their shares are down. How they're going to be able to get that to come up, I have no clue, because that's market sentiment at that point, I would almost say, because nothing's changed with Bitfarms. So, I mean, and they have another 180 days. So, I mean, come on to the other side of the end of the year, and we're in the new year. Bitcoin comes back up to 20,000. They'll probably be back at the evaluation period of where they needed to be without have done anything, right? So I think this is just I think that's why they're not really worried about it, and that they're kind of waiting out the tide with the rest of us. Seems like maybe Bitfarms is in a better position with the bear market, with high hash rates. This tells me that their power is very cheap, and I do know that Bitfarms does tap into the Canadian hydroelectric power, which they do have a sweetheart contract that they have been trying to the Canadian energy company has been trying to break, because they want to charge them all more money. Doesn't look like that all went through, thankfully. A contract's a contract, and you shouldn't be asking the government to break the contract for you. That's just fucked up, in my opinion. But good for them that Bitfarms seems to be in a better position. So I think as long as their war chest is good enough to be able to weather out the storm for a few more months, I think once the price of Bitcoin comes back up, Bitfarms will not be in any trouble with the Nasdaq in any way, shape, or form. I'm not sure how much this is going to be affecting them on the Canadian Stock Exchange. I don't have any information on that one, unfortunately. So, but you know, it's like, and at this, since the price of Bitcoin has been coming down, guys. This has also been dragging down the price of Bitfarm stock. So they were trading, I think, at an all-time high of like $6.50 per share. And now they're down below. They're like at like 54, 56 cents a share right now. So it's not like they're dropping down to nothing. I would almost think that there is a short position being done on here. I would almost have to kind of look into the buy and sell order book and see if it's just purely sell orders that's done this, or do we have anybody with their pants exposed on this one that needs to have a short squeeze done on them. The way that it's drawn down on this, guys, this is almost how I would expect to see a short squeeze being set up. I could be wrong. It could be a nothing sandwich. But, you know, this is exactly how AMC... This is like a similar chart setup like AMC coming down. And now it's just a matter of just looking into the sell order book and see, you know, why the price is down. Is the price being suppressed, or is it actually been sold off? Because if it's sold off, then there's not very many people left in the market to be burned. What up, Tech Man? What up? I hope you get home nice and safely, guys. You know, if you got to drive home and stuff, be safe out there. There's a lot of people who don't care. Oh, my God. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Crypto Vidal, how'd that painting go? So, but it's like they've been Bitfarms has been selling off a lot of their own stuff too. So I mean, they're no different than anybody else. Bitfarms is one of many mining companies facing major issues due to the ongoing crisis in the market. The firm was forced to sell about 62 million worth of self-mined Bitcoin in order to reduce its debt. A number of other mining firms, including, like I said, Argo, Core Scientific, Riot Blockchain, are also opt to sell their Bitcoin amid a tough market conditions. These are the other big mining companies that are publicly traded that are facing huge issues, guys. Huge. Getting into that, segueing into it, Core Scientific. Creditors offer Core Scientific $72 million to avoid bankruptcy. Boom! Looks like they got a little something to help them off. Now, remember, guys, Core Scientific got burned by Alex Mashinsky with Celsius and their Bitcoin mining firm that stiffed Core Scientific on the electric bill. Took the fucking Bitcoin and stuffed fucking Core Scientific with it. So with this, I'm kind of glad to see that somebody helped out. Looked like somebody helped out Core Scientific avoid bankruptcy because of Alex Mashinsky. Too many houses, too little space. Keep building more, yeah. So, financial services platform B. Riley has offered Bitcoin miner Core Scientific 72 million in financing to avoid bankruptcy and preserve value for Core Scientific stakeholders. B. Riley, a top lender to Core Scientific with 42 million in loans currently outstanding, outlined in the terms of the financing agreement on the 14th letter, noting it prepared to fund the first 40 million immediately with zero contingencies. That's a good thing. That means they're going to get an immediate injection of capital to be able to pay off. That means they've got something sitting on the sideline that if it doesn't get paid right here, right now, they're done. That's usually when I see something like that. That was them paying off possibly the electric bill that Alex Mashinsky with Celsius stuffed them on. The financial platform suggested that the remainder 32 million would be conditional on the miners suspending all payments to equipment lenders while Bitcoin prices are below 18,500. So basically, they're saying that they won't put anything in there unless they can get everybody to all the other equipment lenders to halt payments while Bitcoin prices are below 18.5. Like, they can get the stuff, but until the price comes back up, they're not giving out nothing. The last time the price of Bitcoin was above 18.5 was November 9th, before it fell over 14% in one day due to FTX. B. Riley's assessment of Core Scientific was in the scathing, suggesting that it had deployed an aggressive, ill-conceived strategy to continue to build out power facilities and expand miners while never selling Bitcoin on hand and never hedging prices. So basically, they did nothing. They were trying to bankroll everything on loans and not have to give up a single Bitcoin out of anything. And then they started on a buying frenzy, and it screwed them. They should have had a little bit more of a contingency plan on there and a risk assessment done. Hell yeah, Gandhi, smash them likes, yo. We got 8 awesome people like you guys out there, and there's only 5 likes. Yo, what's up with that? So it noted due to the approach of Core Scientific was forced to sell 9,618 Bitcoin in April at the valuation of 362 million, representing a significant loss for the miner. Boom! That is huge. That is a lot of fucking Bitcoin. Wow! Man, I wish I had 9,618 Bitcoin. Man. Oh, that would be so awesome. Core Scientific admitted in a quarterly report filed in November that it did not have enough cash to get through 2023. It also said it had doubts about ability to raise funds throughout financing or capital markets. In October on the 26th, the firm pointed to a low price of Bitcoin, raising electricity costs and a refusal from bankrupt crypto lender Celsius to repay a 2.1 million loan as a reason for its financial woes. So yeah, and that's not even the rest of that. That wasn't even everything. That was just the loan that Core Scientific gave Celsius. They also were hosting Celsius's mining facility. B. Riley seemed confident Core Scientific would accept the financing offer and reminded the miners of its responsible to its shareholders. noting in our view, it is a gross violation of the fiduciary duties owed by the board of management for these fiduciaries who must put our investments ahead of our own to authorize a Chapter 11 filing. So they're trying to fight the Chapter 11 filing right now, and you can even see with Or Scientific, they are now trading at 25 cents a share, guys. Damn. They ain't doing too good, guys. They are not doing too good at all. Would I be getting involved with these companies right now? These people are not debt neutral. The only way I would ever get involved with a company like this is if they were considered debt neutral, where if they sold everything, they would owe nothing. That would be the only way that you would be able to get a payout on your stock, because you'd be just a debtor at that point, a shareholder. So yeah, that they've basically gone from a little over $11 down to 25 cents. We've seen a 97.7% drawdown. I almost want to say it that this is the bottom of the bear market, guys. We are here. We are in the eye of the storm, guys. And in the eye of the storm, when we hit the other side of the eye, that's when these companies get wiped out. Does this mean that we might see more of a downward turn come even into next year? Potentially. There's a lot of selling pressure on these bigger mining facilities to stay afloat. You know, you're talking almost 10,000 Bitcoin got sold off by Core Scientific. Probably in the same amount has been Argo Blockchain, Riot, and amongst many others that they have all sat there and sold off. We've probably have seen almost 100,000 Bitcoin get sold off from miners trying to stay afloat right now. This is not a very, very good thing for the market, but it is what it is. So eventually we will get up onto the other end of this bear market, guys. I'm hoping it's next month. You know, it's all we can do, right? Just cross our fingers, cross our toes, whatever it. Do whatever good mojo thing you know how to do to hope that next month we start doing a little better. Otherwise, it's going to get worse. It's going to get interesting, guys. It really will. So, yeah. Getting out of the bear market news here. Yay, right? Here's a funny one. I had a little chuckle. This is just me. Had a little chuckle. Bank of Russia wants to ban miners from selling crypto to Russians. So basically, they want to support the Bitcoin mining companies because they like to give them loans that they have to pay back. But they don't want them to sell it to the people. They want them to sell it abroad. But the thing is there's no way possible, and this shows that they don't know what they're doing at all. There is no way that the Russian government's going to be able to say to somebody with a VPN, didn't go onto one of these international exchanges and conduct business, right? Same thing with the miners. They can't sit there, and a lot of the Russians, they have to operate now completely off of a VPN, and then they still can't exchange the Russian ruble for crypto unless it's peer-to-peer. So basically, they want to support the industry, but not the ecosystem. That is like the stupidest thing. absolutely stupid. There's no way that they can sit there and really. It to me, it was just kind of a funny idea that they think that anybody has a chance of knowing where the other person in the world is. All they have to do is be on a VPN, and all of a sudden they're in Singapore. Oh no, I sold to somebody in Singapore. See, where were you? Oh, I was in Singapore too. It's like it just gives the miners another work. The people who are going to utilize the ecosystem, more steps, which creates more friction, which will slow down the adoption rate inside of Russian border. And it's kind of funny because like a couple of years ago, Russia wanted to set out to be be like the crypto capital of the world. Be the crypto Silicon Valley, variation of Silicon Valley. And it's like, no, you're not going to be able to do that. And when the crypto market basically kind of went, yeah, no. And it seems like since nobody jumped on board, he's like, fine, you don't like me, then fuck you. No more in my country. But this is the banks of Russia, though, wanting to ban it. So the Russian bank is trying to stop the people from capital flight. They want them to stay within the ecosystem. Now, this does a couple of things for the Russian ruble. If people are consistently using the currency will always have a trading value. That trading value also helps keep stability within inside of the currency. Every country, when they go into a money crisis, you'll see them sit there and outright start banning or restricting international currency / they'll start going after cryptocurrency in general. I'm waiting for that, the U.S. government to set out an all-out war as they devalue more of the U.S. dollar. It's gonna happen. Like, I feel like we're see a similar issue with large miners when the halving happens as well. Half the revenue to pay the bills until price appreciation. Correct. I think that what we're seeing is just a market correction. The market could not support the market can no longer support security for a $70,000 Bitcoin. We have security on the network as if the Bitcoin price is $70,000 still. That's the problem. So either we need price appreciation or we need more miners to either go belly up or turn their shit off. I'm voting that more of them need to go belly up because there was a lot of mining facilities that came popping up in those most shit fucking areas where it's high electric rates and all this stuff, and they're fucking still they're still around, but not for much longer. If these bigger ones are going out, they're not going to be the only ones. That is for sure. And Riot is bringing on a 1 gigawatt facility in addition to their 750 megawatt facility they already have. I will guarantee you right now that 1 gigawatt facility is the project's on hold right now, as they don't have the money to pay the fucking contractors. I bet you. I bet you right now. Absolutely bet you. Because it's almost like what is it? The facility that's in Texas. I will guarantee you that project's back on hold. Guarantee you that they never got that facility all the way fully up and running. The last time I talked to the foreman for that facility, they were at 42% operational, and he said something about it would take probably about 10 years to get fully operational with everything, because of the amount of power that they got there. Because the Bitmain, What's Miner, they only can make so many ASICs. So they can't just like boom, build it up and start deploying hardware and make money. That's just not how it's going to work out. So guys, thank you all for being here. Definitely smash that Lizardy like button. Subscribe if you're new here. Hit the bell notification. All that good stuff, guys. Yo! We are at that 1 hour mark, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna call it here. That was pretty much all the articles that I had going on for today. So I hope that you guys found some of the stuff informative on understanding where the market is kind of heading off right now, and some of the stuff that I'm looking for to know that we are in the bottom of the cycle. Ready to kind of like plateau, and I think that's where we're heading to, is that plateau section. So I mean, just kind of like a little recap. I think most of these facilities are going to start going belly up now. We're going to start seeing hash rates drop, difficulties drop, and I'm hoping that that's also going to translate into the GPU market too, where we'll start seeing a lot of GPU hardware starting to pop up on secondhand markets, to signal that we are indeed in the bottom of the bear market. That is the one thing that we are missing right now, is companies going belly up and lots of hardware plenty. That is one big thing we have been missing, is a lot of hardware to be bought at cheap. So until we get there, the bear market will continue. Will you mine on? Yo! Everybody, drop some FAs in the Chizity chat, guys, for sure. For sure. And drop some comments in if you're going to continue mining. And if it's after the video, drop some comments in down below. Are you going to be continuing mining moving forward? How much longer are you going to hold out? You know, what's your breaking point? Yo! Do you even have a breaking point? You're like, hey, my power's free. I can mine indefinitely. And I'll be like, more power to you, you lucky son of a bitch. There is no off button for me. Truth, my dude. Truth. GPU's off, ASICs on. Yo! I know the ASICs seem to be the only thing that's power efficient enough to continue running on. So, to all of you people out there, you are rated F for fucking awesome. Yo! And with that being said, guys, what is an off button and what does one not use it? It should be, what is this off button and what is this button used for? I know, I've none of my ASICs have an off button. You plug power in and they're on. That's it. That's it. They're just on. There's no off button. So there's no conceivable way of turning the ASICs off because there's no off button. If there's no off button, then they must run. Just saying. Just saying. Yo! And with that being said, guys, thank you all for being here. All that good stuff. Peace out. Stay savage. And may your watts be low and your hash be high. And I'll see you on the next one. Yo!